we have somebody already that was waiting for us. So hello
Okay.
everyone who has joined and welcome Saeed uh, for yet another Friday 7 p.m. YouTube live session. And so we have with us Growth Coach Sayeed, uh, who is helping people to change their mindset to achieve a growth mindset. And uh, he has worked in corporates for over 30 years, where he helped himself first to achieve that kind of growth. He started with a marketing manager and became a country head of a big multinational company. And of course, this is not possible with the mindset he had. And he is transferring the same mindset to the people he is coaching now for the last 5 years. So welcome, Saeed.
Thank you, Arif. Thank you so much.
And today we are going to talk about, you know,
Just a second, I think I'll switch off this fan. It's making noise.
okay.
Sorry for that. Thank
You all know that human beings are marvelous. You look at any organ, whether it is eye, whether it is kidney, heart, brain, or you just have a glimpse of any part, and if you look it closely, your eyes will widen up, and you will uh, realize the marvel which is human being, right? So human beings are designed to be marvelous. So this is the topic of today. When they are when they are designed to be marvelous, why do they settle for less? Right? So we are going to learn from Saeed, and as we know that he is a growth coach and he has first himself helped himself first, and now he's helping other professionals to achieve the same growth mindset. So Saeed, I want to understand from you uh, first, when human beings have so much of potential, why do they settle for less?
thank you, Arif. Thanks for asking this question. Thanks for having me here and all the wonderful introduction that you have given. The thing is, let's look at this like this. Suppose you are a product, right? We all have products or possessions or assets with us. Suppose you have a car, okay? That car is worth 10 lakh rupees and you decide to sell, okay? When you decide to sell, you expect a price. Okay, it's worth 10 lakh rupees and maybe you expect around that price. And somebody is coming to you saying 9.5 lakhs or 10.5 lakhs, it's around that, so you are ready to sell that. But if somebody comes and says, I'll give you 2 lakhs, would you sell that? Would you give it to him? You will not give it to him because you find it much less than the value of it. Like, but when it comes to us as human beings, we have a certain capacity, we have a certain potential, we have a certain caliber, and we tend to undermine that, and consequently, we tend to sell ourselves, sell our services at undervalue, which means that you start to live a life, then you accept the average life as a standard for yourself. Okay, so that's how you end up being living just a mediocre life. As you were saying, if we look at in a scientific manner, human being is just a marvelous thing. Life itself is just a marvelous thing. And in that, human being is absolutely marvelous thing because God has created a human being with immense potentiality. No other species has this. So every individual, my personal belief is that every individual is special and he has something special in him. It is just a matter of discovering that, just a matter of exploring that. But what happens is we never make attempt to explore that. And why it is happening? It is happening because Like, for example, a college student is there, he just graduated. Then in the campus interviews, he got a job. He got a job and he started doing that job because he got a job. He doesn't want to be stay idle or start searching for a job. Because he got it, he start doing it. Now he start doing it, he's earning some money, so he feel good. There is some money coming. Now he can easily spend. He doesn't have to ask anybody. So he will continue this way. Before he realized, time will pass and he reach a stage where he will start asking himself, where did I start? Where am I today? What am I supposed to be doing and what am I doing? Because he didn't do it all this intentionally. He didn't do according to his caliber, his potential. He's just doing it because he got it or he's doing it. Many of the professionals live like this. They are living a life which is far below or far away from their potential. And that's how, even though they are marvelous beings, they are not able to live to that potential. We are marvelous because our capabilities are immense. We have innate capacities. You can learn things, you can do things, undo things, but you never explore that. That's what I mean when I say, when you are designed to be a marvelous being, why settle for less? Because there's no realization, because you never thought about it. And I thought today we'll discuss this.
That's wonderful, Saeed, and I completely agree with you that human beings are indeed marvelous. Okay, and they have immense potential. It all depends in what direction they want to flow, right? As it is said, wherever the energy flow, you grow, right? So, when it comes to being marvelous, and so what do you actually mean here? What is being or becoming marvelous?
See, to be marvelous means to live your life to the fullest with satisfaction and with I want to share a couple of examples here. One that I personally interacted with a person who was actually a national player, all right, sports guy. I asked him how his work. He said, "I never worked in my life." I said, "What do you mean you never worked in life?" He said, "Said, I was a national player. I represented to train their people for physical fitness for the sports. So I was playing as a young kid. I was playing as a youth when I grew up. I was playing as a professional when I was training others. So I am doing what I love doing. So it has never worked for me. It has never worked for me. So he's doing what he loves doing. And the other thing is that he's living a marvelous life for himself. It doesn't matter how much he's earning, how good he is, but he's enjoying every moment of his life. That's marvelous living. Other thing is, recently I was reading one wonderful case of a woman called Maha Hanuti. Okay, she was a bank employee. She
What
lived
did you
all
say?
her life.
What is the name?
Maha Hanuti. Okay, so she was a bank employee. She worked for 30 long years in bank and she retired. But all her life, she wanted to do adventure sports, which she never did. And believe it or not, at the age of 71, she decided to explore that. And she did marathon, she did trekking, mountaineering, and she went to Everest base camp. And she broke many of those beliefs that she was holding on to. And she started doing things that she loved doing. It is now, at the age of 71, she is living the life that she always wanted to. Now she is living a marvelous life. She's making money out of what she loved doing. And every moment of whatever she's doing, she's enjoying it. This is what I mean when I say a marvelous life. Because when you do what you love doing, when you do what is aligned with your inner core, then you are enjoying every moment of it. And success is bound to happen because every moment you are enjoying it. Right? So that's what I mean when I say being marvelous. That is, whatever you do, it is your inner self and the vision, the whatever that you have set for yourself. Which means it is never work. It is just true enjoyment for it.
That's wonderful, Saeed. Uh, and of course, we know that human beings have immense potential. They can achieve whatever they want to achieve, right? And well said about what marvelous is. And the other time when we were speaking about Amitabh Bachchan, right? And you shared his story. So that was the first time that I was hearing. I knew something, a few things about his business debacle, but uh, I never heard the exact story. So maybe you can share sometime again. And so I want to understand one thing from you, that people believe in themselves. Okay, yeah, like somewhere inside they believe that they are they have very good potential. They can do anything. They can achieve anything. Right. So what are what are the steps actually which can unlock this potential of those working professionals, and how can they become that marvelous being again, which is somewhere lost due to the work pressure or the social pressure or any other thing. Say,
There was a lag, Arif. I could not hear.
okay. So I was saying that we understand that everybody wants to become successful. They want to achieve uh, success in their lives, and they want to grow in their lives. But what is it uh, that they can do specifically so that they can unlock their potential and become marvelous again, which is lost somewhere maybe due to pressure from the environment, pressure from the work pressure or something else. But how they can become marvelous again, what they can do.
Well, I want to tell you two things here. One, that is the main reason why uh, people, instead of being having the potential to be marvelous, they remain a mediocre self. The main thing that stops a person from achieving anything big is fear. Okay. Now there can be 1,000 reasons, but but at the very inception of it, at the very beginning of it, very first thing that is stopping a person is the fear. Fear of what? First thing is fear of failure. Okay, because you are doing a job, you are in a particular city, you are in a particular environment, you are familiar with it, you know it, you know the people, you think this is good, and if I leave this and try something new, maybe I will fail, maybe I will fail, and if I fail, what happens? Maybe I can't handle that. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, and the most dreaded thing, and that's what often stops people, is that fear of judgment. And we all want to secretly, we want to do something. Every one of us, we wanted to do try something, some new things in our lives. Maybe there is a singer in you who want to go out and sing, but you stop yourself saying that what people will think, right? So this fear of judgment stops people from doing what they love doing, what they want to truly want to do. It is not, this fear is more than the fear that they have that if I fail, I will lose. He's he he he's okay with failing, he's okay with losing, but he's not okay with people judging him, people calling him names, people pointing fingers at him. This is the biggest thing. And the third thing is any change needs some push, and change is difficult to accept. So in order to accept the change, you need to get out of that comfort zone. And often you don't want to leave it because you are familiar with it and you don't want to change. Now, once you cross this, you want to try this, there, of course, I can share some simple things. This is not any rocket science, but often we miss simple things only in our lives, right? We knew it, but we don't do it. Okay. So, first thing is that, like, you start out, you set out from your house, okay? You came out. Unless before you coming out, you have something in your mind that I want to go to such and such place, you will not go there, right? Just imagine you coming down, sitting behind the wheels, starting the car, and then thinking where I will go. Where you will go? You will go nowhere. Life is also same. First, you have a clear vision. Once you have a clear vision, set clear goals to achieve that vision. You are here and you have a big vision. Set intermittent goals and let them be all in alignment and move step by step. Okay. This might sound easier. Doing is also easy, but probably you need guidance. So seek help. No shame, no wrong in it. If you think it is difficult, ask somebody. You don't have to do everything all alone by yourself, right? So first thing is dream big, have a clear vision, and set clear goals for that. Then we all are there in that position. You are living a mediocre life because something is holding you back. There is something that is keeping you there. Either it is fear, either it is a limiting belief, either it is a self-doubt. Okay, all of these are barriers. So identify them. There is something holding you back, right? Identify what's holding you back and take action to overcome that. Okay, so maybe like we were talking about the fears earlier, maybe you're afraid of those one of those things. Okay, maybe you think you are not ready yet. You want to train more, you want to do more courses, you want, like I know some people who are, every time I get in touch with them, they are doing some new course. Why? Because they want. So this is a never ending story. That way you will never start. So start with what you have, start with where you are. Okay, and grow from there. So in order to come to even to the stage, first you get over this, identify what's blocking you and get over that. Here I want to share one thing. These things come from our core self. For that, one need to know himself first. I need to know myself first. The fundamental mistake we all make in our lives is that we study 1,000 things except ourselves. We think we know ourselves. I bet 90% of the people know nothing about themselves because they never made a conscious effort to know themselves. Right. So I want to share here that if anybody want to know themselves, please just drop a line so that I can share an assessment link where you will get a detailed report about yourself. You will be surprised what all things that you could do, what all things you're capable of, and you never knew in your life. Right? This will be the one of the best things that you've ever done in your life. Trust me, that is as powerful as that. All right. So whoever is interested, just drop a line. The third thing is, when you start, of course, you don't have to start big. You don't have to do all at once. Okay. Start small, take small steps, but do it consistently. Because that's the challenge. Even if it is like for example, when we wanted to start this, even this live shows, we thought about so many times what we'll talk, how we will talk, what technical problems we'll have. But eventually, when we start, we face challenges, but we stick to that. Similarly, before that, when we did talk shows like Bounce Back series, we had our own challenges, which we stick to that. So that's the thing. Consistency is the key. You will have challenges. You don't have to start very big. Start small, but once you start, take consistent steps towards your goal, towards your vision, right? Then surround yourself with good people, because you can't do everything all alone. And sometimes we all get stuck. Sometimes we all feel down, no matter who you are, no matter how powerful you are, how rich you are, how intelligent you are. End of the day, we are emotional beings. So things go up and down. So in that situations, you need people. So surround yourself with the right people, people who think progressive, people who think positive, people who think of growth. Surround yourself with people like that. After all, as it is said, you are nothing but an average of 5 people you spend time, right? So spend time with right people, keep the right people around you. And as you start, you may be making progress, but that progress may be very little. Never say, itne se kya hoga? What happens with such a small thing? Forget it. I'm not progressing, or I'm not doing enough. Don't say that. Instead of that, say, okay, I have done this. Okay, this is done now. Let me think of the second. So even if it is small or big, whatever progress you're making, celebrate that, acknowledge that, because that will give your mind a reason to do more. And okay, that will create anchors in your mind, which will motivate you to do more. Right. See, it is you have visualized, you have set yourself in goals, but sometimes we all get lost, right? So in this, like you were mentioning, Arif, before, Amitabh Bachchan, we all tend to go into those zones sometimes. Okay, sometimes we all fail because of our mistakes or because of somebody else's mistakes. So do what is right for you. Do what you are good at. Like if I have to mention the Amitabh Bachchan's example, he was a superstar. He made a lot of money, tremendous roaring success. Then he thought it's enough, and he diversified himself. He opened so many businesses and companies, which are run by other people whom, of course, he trusted or he entrusted. Then he was not even living here. He was living in UK and other places, spending his time, because he thought, okay, I have set things and they are working. Only to realize that suddenly he realized that all that he thought what was working was never working, and all the money which he made is lost. Not only the money he made lost, now he's in debts. So he said one day he got up for 4 a.m. in the morning, and he asked himself, where am I now? And he realized that he is in debts for over 90 crores. Then he needs to do something. And he has no job, no work, nobody wanted him. Everybody thought he's a failure, and he's depressed, so nobody wanted to give him work. So he said, I asked myself a question, what am I good at? And the answer he got is that I'm good at acting. Then he said, okay, let me do this. Then he went down, and he drew him to his friend, Yash Chopra. And he asked him, I'm jobless. Just imagine, who's saying this? Amitabh Bachchan is saying this. This is why I'm saying there's no shame in asking for help. He said, I'm jobless. Can you give me work? Yash Chopra, who's his friend even. And Ash immediately he said, okay, we are coming up with a movie called Mohabbatein. Would you want to do something there? Would you want to take a role? He said, yes. Then Mohabbatein happened. Then he started work again, and then he became again superstar. So in our lives, we all have low moments, downtime. We face his challenges. So seek help, talk to people, do what you are good at, and even to do what you're good at, you may not be able to do alone. So seek help. No shame. No, there's no shame in asking for help. Talk to your mentor. Talk to your coach. Talk to somebody. Okay, seek help and do well in life because after all, you are meant to be a marvelous being. Why settle for less?
That's wonderful, Saeed. And the way you shared the story of Amitabh Bachchan, and how somebody like him, who people admire, who is one of the biggest celebrities in India, and for decades, and he seek out to his friend for help. Like, everybody can do that, right? And
Yeah,
we should not even think twice if we need some help. Just
yeah,
uh, just seek it, just ask, right? And you'll find a way. So thank you, Coach Saeed, and I'm sure people will get the benefit out of this conversation. Uh, all the steps that you had shared, and we meet here every Friday with something new, something which troubles people, right? And so next Friday we'll meet again at 7 p.m. with another mindset issue that troubles people professionally or personally. And remember, this is one life. Every area is connected to the other area, and it impacts the other area. So if you are having a trouble in relationships, the trouble will find a way to to flow to other areas, to professional area, to your health, to your finances, right?
absolutely,
So you
absolutely.
need to take care of each area of your life. This is one life. There are no separate boxes for each. There are no separate sections. And so, any last words, Saeed, that you want to share with our audiences?
Yeah, I mean, see, as if you look at this creation, I mean, maybe I'm sounding a little philosophical, but if you look at the creation, human beings are absolutely marvelous out of all the creations that God has created. You have innate capacity, you have innate capabilities. Okay. So, from his part, God has already done his part. He has created you as a human being, that is, you are already a marvelous being. And he has chosen you to be marvelous. Then who are you to decide to settle for less? And why? Don't worry about who's thinking what, who's saying what. And there's nobody in this world who has never failed. We all fail. Everybody have failed. Even the most successful people, business people, politicians, everybody have failed. So don't limit yourself, because you you choose first. You choose to be marvelous. First, you have to choose. That is the deliberate attempt you need to make. That is the deliberate effort that you need to make. You choose to be marvelous. Okay, because that is exactly what you are designed to be by creation, by creator.
Thank you,
Once
Saeed.
that's simple, then
That's
everything
that's
is.
a that's a beautiful thought to keep in everybody's mind. Uh, so see you next Friday. Have a wonderful time and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you,
Thank
and
you,
thank you.
everyone. Take care. Bye bye.